Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to the final update on the Silver Forum bars. So for those of you who don't know, these are little 1 ounce bars which I've been working on for the Silver Forum, and they've got their Silver Forum logo on them. So I've done a couple of update videos on these before, but this is the final one. They are all done, they are all returned from the assay office, and they've all been hallmarked. They've all been now stamped as well with their serial numbers, and we've got up to 171, which is really cool. There were 180 that were sent for hallmarking. One of them was drill tested, and the others I messed up the stamping on. So we have 171 finished. Of these 171, there are 147 which have been pre-reserved. So if you guys would like one, there are still some available, so please make sure that you get in touch. You can drop me an email to byb@backyardbullion.com, or jump over to the Silver Forum. The link is in the description below, and you can find me on there. You can find the thread about this whole project on there as well. You can comment there, or you can message me on the Silver Forum. I just want to take this opportunity though to just say that the Silver Forum is a phenomenal community, really amazing place, and that's only made possible by the members. And so a massive thank you to everybody who's a member of the Silver Forum, whether you're a really active one or whether you're just somebody who likes to read what other people have written. Everybody plays a part, and a massive thank you to you guys who have pre-ordered these bars as well and made this project possible. But a big thank you has to go to Chris Silver, who is the owner of the Silver Forum, because without him the whole Silver Forum wouldn't exist, and also this project wouldn't have existed. So I just want to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you to him. So when we had cooked up this project originally, we'd thought that there'd be 50 bars, and to be honest, I actually thought we'd struggle to sell all 50. But I was wrong, because within 24 hours we had pre-orders for about 48 of the bars. So I upped the mintage to 100, and then after a week or so I decided to up the mintage to 150. And eventually I made 180. That's because when I was talking with the Edinburgh Assay Office about getting them hallmarked, they told me that they would have to do destructive testing on 10% of the bars, because I was a brand new person to them and they didn't know anything about me or my silver, and they wanted to make sure that it was all genuine. So as it turned out, only one was drill tested, and I'll show you that one in a little bit. But here we have the finished product. So we have the 1 ounce silver bar, so they're all 1 ounce guaranteed minimum. None of them are less than 1 ounce. Some of you lucky devils out there might end up with a 1.1 ounce piece, because hand pouring silver is not easy, nor an exact science. But it's finished with my kind of ripple style, so you can see here the kind of Backyard Bullion ripples which I like to make. Stamped it with 1 ounce troy. We've got the Silver Forum logo here, which is a pickaxe, and I think it works so well with this kind of ripple background, because as you can see, some of the ripples get kept on the pickaxe, which is really cool. And then we stamped it with 2017 as well. Now I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I'm hoping that this will be popular enough that people might want to pick up some more next year, so we can have a sort of date run of these bars, which would be really cool. Then on the other side we have the serial number of each bar, so I've stamped them NO dot and then the serial number, so this is number 20. The bottom of all of these are just nice and clean and smooth. And then on the other side of the bar we have the hallmark. So here we have BYB, and then there's 999, and then you might not be able to see it because it is very small, but there's a little castle symbol, and then there is a little S, and the S there is a date mark from the Edinburgh Assay Office. So you guys will know that if in the future there's a 2017 stamped bar without that exact formation of hallmarks, that it's not a genuine 2017 one. Not that I would go and make a whole bunch and try and defraud the market. I think that's just silly, but some makers might do that. So for me, I think it's adding an extra layer of protection in there. So there we go, that's the kind of finished piece, and I think they look really good. Now I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Assay Office and the hallmarking. So I chose the Edinburgh Assay Office for a number of reasons. So this, by the way, is the drill tested bar. This is the bar that they drilled into to test the purity of the kind of centre of the bar. But I chose the Edinburgh Assay Office specifically because of a number of reasons. First of all, their symbol that they stamp is a castle, which is really cool, and that's, I know, really sad, but I like that. Secondly, when I was doing a lot of research on all of the different assay offices, and over here in the UK there are 4 assay offices. There's London, Birmingham, Sheffield and Edinburgh. All of the pricing structures of all of them, Edinburgh seemed to be kind of the most simple and clear-cut one for me to understand at a glance. And so I decided to go with them. You know, it just seemed like the logical choice for somebody like me. And then thirdly, I was looking around on lots of different jewellery forums and things like that, and the overriding kind of feedback was that the Edinburgh Assay Office is the place to be if you're just a kind of hobbyist or a very small business that wants to send some things in for hallmarking, because they have second to none customer service skills. And I will definitely attest to that, because the whole process of getting registered for a hallmark and then, you know, sending up the first batch, it's, you know, it's a complicated thing. And I was on the phone with them numerous times, and they were really, really helpful in getting everything sorted, which is fantastic. But during that process, they advised me that there would be destructive testing going on at about 10% of my bars. As it turned out, they only did it on one, so I made 180 when perhaps I didn't need to, but hey-ho. And as you can see here, they've drilled in 3 separate points about halfway into the bar so that they can test the kind of purity at the centre of the bar. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I think I'll probably keep this piece for prosperity. It definitely won't be for sale, nor will any of the 8 other misstamped mint error silver forum bars. Those are bound for the melting pot, but this one I think I might keep for posterity as the kind of first, just, you know, something for my little collection really. But that's very cool indeed. So the hallmark, yeah, I mean the hallmarking here in the UK it's really cool. That is unique to me, BYB in that pill shape. There will be no one else at the Edinburgh Assay Office that ever have that configuration of hallmark, which is kind of cool. You know, in 100 plus years or so, it could be that somebody finds one of these in a sock drawer. They don't know what it is, so they can contact the Edinburgh Assay Office, assuming it still exists, and find out who the maker was, so they can go and find out that it was Backyard Bullion, which is really exciting. And that's very cool to think about, that, you know, my pieces are preserved, you know, for forever really, and I like that. I like that feeling. As you can see here as well, I was trying out a few different stamps, and I ended up going, no! Kind of, you know, it's been drilled into, and the bar itself didn't want it, so it's gone, no! I think that's kind of cool. So yeah, I think they've turned out really well. So as I said, there are still quite a few available, so please do make sure that you get in touch if you want one. They'll all come with this COA, so this will be familiar to those of you who've bought my stuff before. It's got the kind of Backyard Bullion style COA with a photo of the bar and then the information there. So remember, this was all done by hand. So other than the fact that I use a furnace rather than a blowtorch, all of these were poured by hand. I stamped each and every one by hand and then polished them all as well. So, you know, it's been a long old journey, a really, really tough project to do. I'll have to count up exactly how many stamps I've done in total, but it's a lot, that's for sure. And then on the back of the COA, we've got the Silver Forum branded side, and we've got the weight, 1 ounce troy. Each one has its own serial number, which I'll write by hand on this COA, and then the year 2017 and the purity 999 fine silver. So that is pretty much it really. Obviously they'll come in a nice little sort of velvet leather baggie as well, just to make it all nice and lush. So as I said, we've got 171. I do think I will make more in the rest of the year to kind of get the mintage to a nice round number. Whether that's 200 or 250, I don't know, but we'll look to try and do another kind of batch of these little 1 ounce bars. Of course, it's depending on popularity and whether or not there's demand for them. But also later in the year, we are planning to do a 100-gram version of these bars as well. So that's going to be really exciting, because it's going to be me having to upgrade my furnace, get some new equipment in, and obviously pouring a bigger piece, which is you know, going to be quite fun in of itself. So make sure that if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, that you hit that subscribe button, you hit that little alarm bell next to the subscribe button as well, because then you'll get updates about future hand-poured silver, future projects like this Silver Forum Bars project, and also future releases of perhaps these as well. And also, if you are a member of the Silver Forum and you're excited because you're watching this and you can't wait to get your bar, please hit the thumbs up button on this video. Share it around on any social media that you've got as well, because that will really help both my YouTube channel, but also getting this project out there, getting the Silver Forum out there. The whole point of this project was to raise awareness of the Silver Forum, but also of my own business as well. Otherwise, I just want to say again a massive thank you to everybody on the Silver Forum, everybody on YouTube for all of your support, and please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.